Today we are going to be buying a rod, reel, line, and lures with a budget of $50 at Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's head to the store and see what we can buy. All right, and first purchase, we are gonna get this combo right here, $19.99. This thing isn't that special, but it'll work. And we've got some baits on clearance. Baby brush hogs, sprayed grass, Yum stick baits, black and blue, $2.47. Got a bunch of lipless crankbaits, bunch of different colors. Most of them are on sale, but let's go with the classic chrome black back, $4.97. Spinnerbait, $2.97, little sexy shad pattern. And a Swimbait, $3.47. And of course, we had to go look at the mock baits, and they actually have a few of them on sale, so if you guys want to go get some, go to the Dick's, $10.97 for the mock shad. And there's my boy Noah. Alright boys and girls, we have made it down to our fishing spot. We have got our 5 different baits here that I already showed you guys. We've got a pack of stick baits, we have got a spinner bait, we have got some swim baits, we have got some brush hogs, and we have a lipless crankbait. All of these baits should work really well for this time of the year, and I think that all of these baits were actually on clearance. You can see that most of them have a little dot right there where they're on sale. I got all the really cheap stuff. That way we could stick to the budget. Everything came in at around $40. I did not buy hooks, but I have some in my tackle box right here. So if I did buy hooks, it would be right at 50 bucks. Kept it under 50 bucks. We are about to get rigged up. We are going to start off, I think, with the classic stick bait, just because we're at a pond. That is the best pond bait ever made. We're gonna start out with this, and then we're gonna work through, and we're gonna see if we can catch a fish on every single one of these baits. Let's go. All right, first things first, we have to get this combo right here rigged up. This thing comes with line already on it. Have no idea what pound test it is, but we're gonna roll with it either way because that's the only line that we have. Go ahead and take all these little stickers and everything off of here, and there we go. Definitely doesn't look as good as a mock combo, but I think it will work. Okay, run the line through the guides, and there we go. Now we're ready to rig up our bait. Just got this little tiny hook right here. I don't know what kind of hook this is, but it'll work for a Wacky rig, and that's what I'm planning on doing. I figured with the spinning rod and a stick bait, the Wacky rig would be one of our best options. Get out one of these bad boys right here. This is not the ideal color for this pond, but I still think that they're gonna eat it. I wanted to get more of a natural color, but they didn't have any of those on sale. And since we are on a budget, had to go with the black and blue, but I think that it still should work out fine. Now, I have this whole pond that I can fish, but I'm just starting off right over here on this dock. Oh my gosh, I see a bass right here. No way he'll come eat this thing. I really need to check my drag. So it looks like maybe there's gonna be some fish over here in this area. Just have to see. Check my drag. That sounds nice. May need to tighten it up even a little bit more, but I'll just have to see. We're gonna try to catch us a bass. I hope they're biting today. We actually have a really nice warm day today. It is November, and it is like 75 degrees, which does not happen very often here in North Carolina. So I can just see my bait. It's so clear. This pond is so clear. Once we start walking around this pond, we're probably going to be able to start sight fishing some of these bass because this water is just so clear. Oh, there's one looking at it, but he's small. Oh, he just like bit at it. I could see him do it. I'm just gonna let it sit on the bottom. See if he'll go eat it. That's a good sign. Let's start walking around a little bit. I think that whenever I'm gonna be working these banks, I'm gonna start seeing some fish. And we're just gonna cast around, you know, just see what we can find, but it's a good sign. Oh yeah, this water is like crystal clear. Over there you can tell that it's clear, but once you get out in the sun, I mean, you guys can probably see it. I can see out so far. I just had a fish. Well, that was our first bite of the day, folks. I'm over here just talking about how clear the water is, not even paying attention to my bait. But yeah, that water is clear, clear. And there's like kind of a grass edge right here. I threw my bait on the outside of that grass edge. That's actually where I got bit. Oh, I can see the bass. I see him out there. He's a little baby. I'm gonna throw it on his head. I feel like this honestly might be one of my harder baits to knock out just because it's a black and blue and this pond is so clear. But after we knock this thing out, most of the other baits I have are gonna be a breeze. That's the cast right there. That was beautiful. That should be a fish. Honestly, I'm thinking that a lot of these bass might be sitting out towards the middle of the pond because the water's so clear that I can actually see pretty good little ways out there. And I've been seeing some bluegill and stuff like that, but I haven't seen really any good sized bass. I've seen a few small ones, but I've got a feeling that those big ones are out there in the middle in that deeper water. I think once we get rigged up with something like that brush hog or something like that, that's gonna be able to get out there in that deeper water, we're probably gonna catch a big one. Oh man, there's a big one right there. Man, that's like a 3-pounder. He was sitting in this grass. I just saw him just swim off the bank. There's another good one right there. Maybe I can get one of these to eat. This one over here to my left is about a 2-pounder. Just saw him, and then the one that was right in front of me was about a 3-pounder. I will gladly take either one. Let's keep on moving. I'm gonna keep that in mind because I think that I can catch some of those fish. But I'm just gonna have to use a different bait. Oh, there's a bass right there, sitting in the grass. Oh my gosh, they're like wolf packing. There's like a whole group of them right here. Oh, a little one just tried to eat it. Oh, yes. Oh, he's tiny. He's tiny, but hey, I will take it. I will take it. That is our first one knocked out right there. I literally watched him eat it and like just let him eat the bait all the way because he's so small. But there's like a group of them right here. They're like schooled up. That's what we usually say is a wolf pack of bass, which they do that on the lakes a lot. I don't see that in ponds a ton, but apparently they're doing that here. So there we go, first little fish of the day. And that group of bass is still sitting there. So we're gonna go ahead and change our bait up. See if we can catch another one real fast. I don't know exactly what I want to throw, but we do have that bait knocked out. I really feel like that swim bait might be good. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with, is we're gonna try out one of these swim baits. The water is so clear and everything. I think this is gonna be perfect. And I've got some hooks in here that I can use to rig it up belly weighted like this. So this is how we've got it rigged up. This is actually going to be weedless because it is a belly weighted Texas rig hook. This is a really cool way to rig up swim baits. You don't always have to use like a big old head or something like that. And I think that we're probably gonna get bit on this super quick. Once they see this little bait fish come by them, I think that one of them might try to eat it. Make a cast out there and see what my action looks like. This should be a 1/4 ounce belly weight, maybe an 1/8 ounce. Not really sure, but it does look good. Oh my gosh, I see a giant right there. That was like a 4 or 5 pounder just cruising. Well, that would have been nice to get him to eat it. Come on, baby. Hit my swim bait. I thought I would have got bit by now, honestly. Oh no! Dang it, my drag slipped. Dang it, I had him too. It's like I was bed fishing. Literally, I was shaking it on the bottom. That's crazy. Maybe the ticket to this swim bait today is just slow rolling it on the bottom. I'm gonna try that out there in the middle. Hopefully I don't get too much grass. All right, let's switch it up. Let's try something out. Since I'm just using my hooks, I have all of my drop shot stuff in this box. And I'm gonna try putting this thing on a drop shot. It's not a drop shot bait, this is a swim bait, but it may work on the drop shot. Take our little swim bait, hook it right there through the nose, just like that. And now we have us a drop shot, which should work pretty good. It's gonna keep that bait up above the grass, and I can kind of just fish it in one spot, which is also nice. So like, say if I wanted to fish it right here, just sit there and just work my swim bait, and it sits in just about the exact same spot every time. This also is going to help with me getting it out there into that deeper water, and then that bait being up off the bottom instead of on the bottom. So throw it out there, let it sink. My bait's off the bottom right now, not by much, but it's off the bottom. And I'll just kind of give it a little bit of a shake, and I'll reel a little bit as I go, especially because this thing has that tail on there that's just kicking all over the place. Hopefully it'll entice a bite. Oh no, dude, are you kidding me? He took my dang bait. Well, the drop shot worked, but the fish wasn't big enough to eat the whole bait. There we go. My drag is way too loose. My drag is way too loose. It's actually a decent fish. What is he, like 2 pounder, 3 pounder? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm stuck in the grass. Oh, I got him out. I don't know what pound test line this is, but it's actually working out okay. Yeah, let's go, dude. Look at that on the drop shot. Heck yeah, dude. Beautiful fish. Let's go ahead and get him back. Sorry that wasn't a real minnow. That would have been good if it was, because you needed a meal. He ate it though. That's 2 baits knocked out. We've got the swim bait knocked out, and we have the stick bait knocked out. That means we have the brush hog, the spinnerbait, and the lipless crankbait remaining. And honestly, I think I gotta do it. I'm gonna put on that lipless crankbait and we're gonna see if we can catch something on it. After that, probably gonna do the spinnerbait and then finish it out with the brush hog. Let's get this thing out and let's smoke us one. I'm excited about this. I think this is gonna be good. I'm probably gonna have to reel like a son of a gun with this slow reel. I'm probably gonna be like putting my arm into overdrive, but that's okay. I really think that this is gonna make them react like crazy. I can probably sling this thing a mile too. Yeah, past halfway in the pond. And some people like to yo-yo it, you know, kind of hop it and do that sort of thing. I do that sometimes, but a lot of times I just really like a straight retrieve, and I might do a little pop every now and again. You see me kind of pop it, but sometimes just that straight retrieve is all you need. Sling that thing out there and then start reeling like you're a crazy man, because it sinks pretty fast. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try the yo-yoing. I'm gonna let it sink all the way down out there. That should be like the deepest part of the pond. I'm just gonna kind of hop it off the bottom, which is kind of hard to do with this flimsy rod, but getting it a little bit. All right, I'm back over here on this side of the pond that I started on, because it's a little bit more cleared up from the grass, and it's also a little bit deeper, so hoping that since this bait's sinking so fast I can fish it a little bit better over here, but we'll just have to see. And down there next to that dock, that's where the dam is, and that water is definitely pretty deep, and this should work good over there, but I really thought I might be able to get a bite over here in this area where I've been seeing a lot of fish. Well, clearly they're not liking this bait very much. It's just tough. They're just not feeding. For some reason, I may end up switching this bait out, trying something else, and then we'll tie this thing back on once we move spots. Let's switch it up. We're gonna try that brush hog out, and I may end up putting a weight on there, but for right now I think I'm actually gonna fish it weightless. I'm gonna show you guys a little thing I've been doing for a while that not very many people do. Works really good in the springtime, but it'll work right now too, since these fish are suspended so bad. This is a really cool way to fish a bait like that. I really like doing it with the Strike King game hog, but these brush hogs that I got will work fine. This is a more natural color. This is actually called sprayed grass. Really cool color. It's green with blue flake, and it really looks like a bluegill. So we're all rigged up, regular old Texas rig. I just want to try this and see if it'll work. And you may not be able to cast it super far. This rod I actually can because it's a medium, but you throw it out there and that thing slowly sinks, and you kind of pull it a little bit, or you can reel, whichever you want to do, and the tails just move and then it just slowly floats down. And for some reason, whenever they don't want to bite anything else, usually that'll convince them, hey, that looks like a meal, and then they'll eat it. All right, and we are now at spot number 2. So we're gonna see if we can catch some fish here. We have already knocked out 2 of our baits. We've caught 2 fish, one on the stick bait and also one on the swim bait. Now we have to knock out the brush hog, the lipless crankbait, and the spinnerbait to complete this challenge. Let's see if there's some fish in this pond that want to eat. All right, Spot number 2. We're gonna try it out. Still got this brush hog tied on here, weightless. And we're gonna see if this pond's any better. It's really clear too. So they might be acting kind of weird in here. I really don't know. Oh, 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 oh. What in the world? How did he miss it, bro? I felt him and I saw him. That was a good fish. That was like a 3-pounder. I don't know if he just pecked the tails or what he did, but he did not get it. Yes! Yes! I watched him eat it too. Boat flip. Let's go. On the brush hog. That is bait number 3. Knocked out, baby. He ain't big, but on a tough day like today, I will take it, because they have not been wanting to eat at all. It has been tough. Give him a nice little gentle toss. There he goes. On to bait number 4. So the only 2 baits that we have left is this spinnerbait right here and the lipless crankbait. And I'm gonna just go ahead and throw the spinnerbait around some. I do need to get this guard off of the hook because we will not catch a bass if we don't have our hook exposed. All right, there we go. We're all rigged up. This is the sexy shad pattern. And I'm gonna try throwing this thing on this old dock. I had a 3-pounder. Actually, I'm gonna throw it right here for right now because I actually see a couple fish that are too small to eat it, so we're actually gonna throw it on the dock. But I had like a good 2 or 3-pounder try to eat my brush hog right here, and he never actually did. So maybe I could convince one of those to come out and eat the spinnerbait. All right, and we are now in a boat in the middle of the pond. I came out here so I could fish some deeper water. Let's throw around this spinnerbait, see if we can get bit. Okay, so this pond is kind of hard to fish from the bank, especially over here on this deep bank because it's all trees. So I got in the boat and we're gonna try to catch a fish in the boat because there's a lot of grass and I haven't seen that many bass and I haven't really gotten that many bites. So hoping that maybe, nice. I'm hoping that maybe out here in the boat, I can fish some of this deeper water and get something to hit the spinnerbait and this rattle trap. Oh my gosh, there's a 4-pounder sitting right there. Actually, that's bigger than 4 pounds. That's like a 5-pounder. I'm not lying, that is a daggum giant. He's just swimming next to my boat, just like casually. Like 5-pounder, 6-pounder. Ooh, that felt like a bite. I threw it out here in this deep water, let it sink down all the way to the bottom. And I'm kind of slow rolling it, and it felt like a little thump. But it could have just been grass. That was definitely a bite. Yes, because I got him. Dude, this might be a big one. I don't know. He won't come up. It is a big one. It is a big one. It is a big one. I knew it. I knew this would work. I knew this would work. Come here, baby. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know what pound test I've got. I don't know what pound test I've got. Yeah. Spinnerbait to the face, son. Come up here. She ain't really ready. She ain't really ready. Come on. Come on. That's over 4. Might be a dang 5. Come here. Ooh. Dude, I'm telling you, this is a big bass right here. She's about to come up. Oh, nope, she still ain't ready. She still ain't ready. Dude, if I had my bait caster right now. Oh, coming in. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there, dude. We've been catching dinks all day. It's been hard to even catch a fish. And then I just caught this one. That is a dang unit, son. That's a 4-pounder. I've got my scale too, so we can check it. When you're least expecting it, you can just get bit by a big one. And it's not a giant, but it's a good fish. 396. That's a 4-pounder in my book. Oh, big girl 4-pounder. That's what I'm talking about on the spinnerbait. Bait number 4 is knocked out on a 4-pounder. Let's go. All right, there she goes. I just released her. I tried to get it on my big camera, but it's been messing up on me today for some reason. So I don't really know if we even got that release, but she just swam off back into the depths. And that means we have one more bait left. And I'm actually feeling pretty confident now that we might get bit on it because I just caught that one. So it is time to put on our last bait of the day. We've tried it once today and it didn't work out. But now we're gonna try it again. And that is the Lipless crankbait. All right, goodbye, Mr. Spinnerbait. Thank you for catching me a largemouth bass with a largemouth. Let's see if we can do the same thing on this. This is a big fish bait right here. I actually had my PB on this bait for the longest time. I had like a 8-pounder that I caught on a Strike King 2-tap in February. And that was my PB for the longest time. And then I broke it with a 848. And I think I caught it on a spinnerbait or a chatterbait. And then I caught a 979 or no 990 something, I don't know. It was almost 10 pretty recently, and that was on a Strike King Rage Space Monkey. And I posted a video of it not too long ago, so if you guys haven't seen that, be sure to check that one out. But we're gonna see if we can catch another big one right here on the Lipless crankbait. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a PB for me swimming around in this pond. There's a lot of big fish in here, but they're just really, really hard to catch, just like any other big fish. But they are catchable. You just gotta cast your bait out there and hope that one will eat it. Sorry about the spinning reel noise. It's starting to get a little worn out, but that's kind of what you get for 20 bucks. But if you go get you a lose mock combo, you don't have to worry about that. And they're actually running a sale right now. If you guys want to get some for a discount, there's a holiday sale, 25% off Mach 2 combos, along with some of the other loose stuff like Hyper Mags and BB1 Pros. There's a couple different things that are on discount. I'll leave all that stuff down in the description for y'all if you guys want to check it out. Save some money for the holidays. Oh, that was a bite. Oh, that was a bite, but he missed it. Oh my God, that was a giant. Oh, dude, I just caught a daggone bluegill. Dude, that was a freaking giant. He just blowed up right behind me. I just caught a bluegill. I don't know if I'm gonna count that or not, but there was a giant right here that literally just blew up behind the boat. Dude, that fish was huge. So technically that's a fish on every single lure, but I want to catch a bass on this thing, but for some reason they just have not liked it yet. But I feel like I can convince at least one of them to eat it. I don't know. I may be wrong, but I may also be right. So I'm gonna fish it some more, see if I can get one on it. I got one right now. He ate it on the fall. Look at there. You aren't anywhere near the size of the last one, but I'll take it. I'll take it. That is what we wanted right there. Last bait knocked out, baby. Let's go. $50 at Dick's, rod and reel, baits, and we have caught a fish on every single one of them. Let's go.